This is Weird Renegade Witches blog. Hit us up when you want some real motherfucking work done. Of course, you could go to the Weird Renegade website. You can listen to past shows of Blogtalkradio. In addition to, you already know Wayward is about their revenge, redemption, responsibility. That's spell work. In addition to working one-on-one with individuals, of course, monthly lessons will come back. Or hit me up if you're interested in one-on-one lessons, meaning the monthly lessons. The other energies, the one-on-ones where I work with individuals, is separate, weekly, in addition to work. So I just kind of want to hit something really quick, and people been hitting me up, asking me to talk about this deceptive bewitchery of Afro-Caucasian. I just kind of want to get into it. Here we go. Last night, my son was like, hey, have you heard of the new energies going on with Katt Williams on the, what's his name? Shannon Sharp show. And as they call it, Shay Shay. And I was like, no, what? So he turned it on, and that shit was on for 3 fucking hours. And so anyway, as I was looking at it and listening, I asked my son, I said, what is he telling us that we already didn't fucking know about the industry? What is this really all about? And at first, I was cracking up, and then he got on my fucking nerves. Now, some of you people will say and take him seriously and literally and be like, yeah, we knew that was going on in the industry. I didn't like Kevin Hart. I didn't like this person. But you guys need to learn how to get out of Afro-Caucasian and understand when they're grooming you and playing games with you and playing on your fucking intelligence, and they're showing you the rebranding and the different movement of the supposed Hollywood, and they showing you the clicks. Okay, let's talk. So first of all, I'm listening. I said, what is this about? What are they taking our minds off of? What are they taking our eyes off of? What is happening? What are they about to push on us that we are about to deflect and basically be deceived? And I'm talking about some real motherfucking shit. Why are they pushing this ghetto ass frequency on us like all black people are like this? When I sat there and listened to the whole frequency between Shannon and Katt Williams, I said, why are we listening to this bitch fest? That's basically what this is. This nigga right here tattletelling. I said, that's some bitch ass shit. But most of y'all been bitched out anyway, so you can't tell the difference when somebody's out here bitch talking, right? So anyway, I said, what is the bewitchery of all this? So I listened. I said, okay, I get it. I got it. That's the industry. That's what the fuck they do. But what really had me cracking up of how he tried to stand alone to act like he wasn't sucking dick, bending over and getting with the get down. So what he tells his comedy and he tells some truths and whatever is going on. But from where he was, he had to do some shit too. So he up there pretending like he didn't sell his fucking soul. So I said, you got this Virgo over here talking to a Cancer. So I said, what's his energy? What is Shannon Sharp energy? So then when I understood and seen the calculations of his birthday, I said, oh, he's one of those fem Cancer boys. So no wonder he's entertaining this bullshit, let alone the Virgo. I said, that's not normal for a Virgo. I said, is this fucking Pharaoh, young Pharaoh in a fucking mask and costume? Because he was show acting like him. And so I was cracking up because of the position of the seating, because, he's short and he couldn't sit back because, his feet would dangle. So I was quite entertained by some of this shit, but then a whole bunch of it was lies and it was confusion. Confusion, there's lies. And so that's what it said in the word. When there's confusion, there's lies. So then apparently he's a fucking prodigy. I said, this nigga here. So then my son was like, yeah, but you can pull it up. It will da-da-da. I said, they could put anything on the internet. I said, so then that made me think about, well, are a lot of these prodigies that they're pushing out, are they laboratory kids? What are they? Are they groomed? Do they brainwash them? Because the way he was talking was like the underground has uprooted itself, right? So then more and more as I'm listening, and he was just talking about different frequencies. I said, why is he so much on Kevin Hart? And then the time frame didn't make sense. Then he got the clowning, of course, Shay Shay. And, Shay Shay sat there like a cancer entertaining. So then I started tripping. I said, well, goddamn. So they replaced Wendy Williams with Shay Shay, because they both cancer. So when I do the number system and understand, I said, oh shit, they on the same frequencies. They on the same number system. So where's Wendy Williams? Is she somewhere plugged up somewhere? And then the Shannon person have sucked up her energies? Because they're saying allegedly Shannon is from Chicago, but I'm listening to him. I said, he don't sound like the Chicago people. And some of you be like, well, some Chicago people sound like that. I said, these niggas be out here lying. So now I came to the conclusion, according to the number system, that they've replaced Wendy Williams with him. And then they went, and so they want to pump him up as the next best thing. So then they go and, of course, pull Katt Williams, who cuts up, who was under frequencies, because he kept getting triggered. First, Shay Shay would say something, then he'll get to acting very interesting. Then Shay Shay would say something else, then he'll act very straight and very studious. And then depending on what it is, Shay Shay will put him back in line. I said, dang, Shay Shay reminds me of Castro, San Francisco. Katt Williams remind me of Oakland. Okay, because I'm always getting it with Oakland femboys, but the way Shay Shay is, I said, he remind me of Castro Street, Oakland and Castro together. I said, why are they grooming black women to make us think that we supposed to be with these feminine men, knowing that they feminine as fuck? So they give us this illusion. Okay, so then I said, why would a black woman want to get with a dude like Katt Williams? And don't be offended when he keep talking about he hanging around with women. He hanging around with fag hags. He hanging around with women who like to hang around with gay boys. So we're gonna stop that shit right there, here and right now. Because the bottom line, point blank, he adopted kids. So anyway, he told this elongated story that he had us under this spell work of lies. So he didn't say he didn't left home at 12. He didn't left home at 1 year old. He didn't went to Florida. He didn't slept in an encampment in the woods, in the park. Then after that, he at 5 years old, he went door to door doing A, B, C, and D. And then he hopped on, it sound like Pee Wee Herman. He done hopped on into a truck he done hopped into a 4-wheeler truck and went somewhere. And then he done went to California, Sacramento, Oakland, and all that goddamn shit. By that time, he done fucking grew up, because, he's fucking now, 19, 15. So he done went from 4 years old to 12 years old to now this age. So then he ran off to California. So he's in Sacramento. So he's doing comedy in Sacramento. And then I was like, doing comedy in Sacramento? I said, I never heard no buzz about him. So then he said, he mentioned San Francisco. And then so I was interested in San Francisco, because I know how San Francisco niggas are, because they talk, they be like, this nigga, da-da-da, go and see, da-da-da-da-da. That's how San Francisco is. So then he said Oakland. I said Oakland. So I'm up there like, well, shit, I didn't hear no shit in Oakland during that time. So I had to call up my cousins and them who's around that fucking age, used to go out and shit, used to do all type of shit and party. They said, what? That nigga lying like fucks. I said, in a minute, E40 gonna vouch for him in Too Short, to make it look good. So then I was like, this nigga up there lying like fucks. Then after that, they asked him about the fucking Muslim. Then he up there talking about Farrakhan. I said, how he talking about Farrakhan over there in Oakland with all the mosques and shit? No, who did you fuck with? Did you fuck with Bay and them? The ones that was kind of, that whole energy of the Black Muslim bakery. I was like, this nigga lying like fuck. He wasn't fucking around with no fucking Muslims in some goddamn Oakland, because I know how them Islamic people are. They talk each other's business. They'll tell you who is who and what is what. So when he mentioned Farrakhan, I said, this nigga lying like fuck. Now how he gonna attach Oakland to Farrakhan? Even though it's under the Nation of Islam, but especially during that time, it was a lot of brothers and stuff and fuck around with the Nation of Islam. So I said, well, why he lying and shit? He wasn't the Nation of Islam. So then, because then, Shay Shay was like, well, San Francisco. He made sure to keep his ass out of San Francisco because, you know, San Francisco niggas be looking like this. Like, nigga, where were you? And then he had to, you know, jiggle his ass out of San Francisco and go to Oakland and make sure to tell us that he was in the Muslim religion when he was 5 years old. So we don't have any records because, you know, he made sure to say that every time at a young fucking age, we can't find any records because he kept his shit undercover. But we know he lying like fucks because then he started talking about the kings of comedy. I said, what the fuck is he talking about? Okay, I mean, what? Huh? Huh? So then he made me think, well, little nigga, were you a pass around during that time? What was going on? Because then as he started talking, I said, well, was he trafficked? Was he moving place to place? Was he a missionary? Matter of fact, where the fuck do you come from? Now you talking about missionaries. Nigga, are you coming from one of these islands? Because then I started thinking, I said, was he part of them kids that back in the fucking 80s and shit, where that dude, what's his name? Wayne Williams, allegedly they had accused him of stealing kids and shit and murdering them in Atlanta within that age group. Shit, we don't know if them kids was really kidnapped or what, because I don't believe Wayne Williams really killed and murdered those people. I think he got set up. I think he was maybe a person that knew what happened and he was paid to maybe get some of them kids. I was like, well, is Katt Williams really from Ohio or is he from Atlanta somewhere? You know what I mean? Because he's talking at all these places. He's talking about this person, that person, this person. We already know that these people be bending over, sucking dick. We've been heard about Cedric the Entertainer, how he gets down allegedly with the boys. He likes, you know, men like Katt Williams, allegedly. But the bottom line is that why are we shocked about this? What's the big fucking deal? It just makes black men look even more feminine. Okay? And then, you know, he's on and on and on and on. So I'm like, what the fuck is going on? I said, so what are all these connections? And matter of fact, why are we even looking at a show that's called, Club Shay Shay? That's a whole man. Okay, and I know girls named Shay Shay, nickname Shay Shay, whatever, but a grown man? Come on, y'all. Stop letting them groom us. Stop being deceived with these Afro-Caucasians. Then after that, so then he's pushing out the old school, because my whole thing is, well, why is he so focused on the black community when you have a whole white community that was stealing shit and stealing comedy energies? I remember Corey Holcomb was talking about that shit, them white folks stealing. So then he pulls in the younger energy, which are your millennials and Gen Z's comics. And I was like, oh, I see. So it's like to push out the old, bring in the new. But we can't even take Katt Williams really seriously because, you know, he has a whole comedy thing coming on, but he's just for the meantime and not for the real time. So, but then he was like really, really, really on Kevin Hart. And I said, Kevin Hart is nothing but just hilarious. So stop playing. Okay. Because just hilarious stole his whole frequency allegedly. And then I said, then we have to remember he's probably somewhere getting tuned up because you got to go back to that car accident and look at that car accident and look at the car accident and then look how where that area is and how the car turned and how it was fucked up. And then you can, you know, answer your own fucking questions. And then I started tripping. I said, this is young Pharaoh. I said, who in the fuck sits up here for 3 hours? Then you got crazy ass Afro-Caucasians, the youth, or whatever, talking about Kevin Hart then lost his fan base and they turned on him. I said, then they were never his fans in the first place. What the fuck does that mean? So then I'm looking at all these numbers and shit. I said, it's very interesting how Wendy Williams numbers coincides with Shay Shay numbers. Then you have, I don't know, I went back to Wayne Williams numbers that coincides with John Bonet numbers, but then coincides with Wendy Williams numbers that connects with Shay Shay numbers. Then when I'm looking at Katt Williams numbers, it coincides with Wayne Williams numbers that connects back to John Bonet. But then we have this Epstein shit that's out Then we got Katt Williams that act like he been trafficked and pushed around. Then he went and act like he came from a Christian household, and then but it sounded like he was in a fucking cult somewhere in the fucking woods, and he was just, living as I don't know, a hobo, I don't know. Then he went back and started talking about CPS and shit, that you wanted to make sure that, his siblings were cool and all of that mess. It's like we're going around and around. I said, well, first of all, we already knew the what's up. Then he's causing confusion. And then, it's that energies, as they say with Virgos, that sometimes, for me, sometimes they act like Scorpios. Within the lies, there's the truth, and within the truth, there are the lies. But this was a whole escapade of a ritual. Basically, he was putting us under ritual. Then he's telling us to support Shay Shay, that he's the next coming thing, and he's up there in the moon and the stars. And we're now looking at that all these motherfuckers are in a cliquish cult. They're all under the same thing. That's why I say I was like young Pharaoh, because young Pharaoh, they're all under the same thing here. Okay, so they're showing us that now we have to be under groups, remember I was talking about how they are creating all of this communal energy. So therefore, they're trying to create, you just can't be on television. You just can't create. You just can't have a business. Some of you got to be wrapped. Fuck you. I'm not under Afro-Caucasians. Those are Afro-Caucasians. Okay? Because there's a whole other world out here with motherfuckers making money, making business moves, doing their thing without being under this simpleton shit. And this is for black people. Okay? They have us under some this child ass shit, right? Childish. Because then he got on Jonathan Majors, because he had the audacity to say they told women to like him, and that he was good looking, he was ugly, and he was I said, this jealous bitch, he a jealous bitch. And my son was like, Mom, he sound like a female. He sound like them girls that be talking about they man. And I said, That's the way I wanted to sit down with Katt Williams and go, okay, girl, I know what you mean. Shit, that nigga ugly as fuck. Everybody be liking him. He ain't shit. That's what that was. We sit there like looking at that shit and entertained by it. Because I said at some point he got on my fucking nerves. I said, come on. Like, for real? Is this what they giving us? Is this what then broke the internet? Is this what black people look for? And always look for the words accountability. Lo and behold, this nigga said accountability. Lo and behold, he said Farrakhan. So that lets you know the fucking what the fuck he's under. Then I was looking at his jewelry. I said, are you supposed to be the son of Alakum? Or something? Yemaya? He might be the son of Yemaya too. Because the sons of Yemaya, whatever. The sons of Yemaya act just like him. They mean as fuck. The sons of Oshun, say I gotta talk the simple talk. The sons of Oshun are a little cooler. Okay? He acts like them fucking ones that they crown as the sons of Yemaya. I was like, well, what's going on here? And then he had on the chain, it said woke folk. Well, what type of woke folk are you? That's cold. But what you woke on? All you niggas are under the same shit. Who want to be under that shit? So literally, and I was just discussing this with someone. I said, so you have all these kids out here who would like to be future entertainers, and you got to be in this clique shit. The funny thing is when he was asked certain questions, he couldn't answer them of the past. he would walk around it. I said, that's because, nigga, you not him. How you don't remember your ass always getting arrested and beaten up? It was in front of our fucking eyes. You up there playing air and fire magic on us? That's not Virgo. Virgo is pretty straight with they messy asses. Nah, that's air and fire magic. That's some fucking Libra shit. Who's in your head, Libra? Somebody Aries. Because he knew how to maneuver them words. Do. He's shown up maneuvered around Shay Shay. And that's how I knew Shay Shay. I said, Shay Shay must be an early Cancer, because the later Cancers would have went the fuck off on Katt Williams and said, stop playing them games in line. Then you had somebody try to come in the back with some receipts. Because that told you niggas right then and there what it is, what it ain't. I said, what are they distracting us from? Then you come out with the Epstein shit. I said, why are we listening to this trafficked man? We don't know if he was kidnapped, he was on somebody's coat, who's his mama, who's his daddy, what the fuck was really going on. Then in my head, in silence, I said, does he have ADHD? Then my son turned to me, he said, Mom, he's talking like he has ADHD. I said, there you go. He didn't take his medicine today. He couldn't take it. They needed him triggered. He got to talking about Steve Harvey. We've been knowing Steve Harvey is a sucker. He didn't want to talk about D.L. Hewley. Why? We already knew Bernie Mac was taken out under ritual and the behaviors. Why are we going backwards to Mr. Cooper, Mark Curry? Why are you making us go backwards in time? You see how they played us? Instead of us going forward, we're going backwards. He's letting us know they're going to be full of bullshit and they're going to fill us with a whole bunch of mess to basically turn against people that maybe we liked in entertainment and so on. That's a waste of our fucking time. But you go right ahead, Afro-Caucasians. Just like Steve Harvey's stepdaughter up there talking about Puff Daddy had her out there in them streets. You was in the streets because your mama was in the streets. Your mama was that, you that. What's the big deal? Stop acting, I told y'all, stop acting like that Puff Daddy did every motherfucking thing. Who in the fuck backs him up? Matter of fact, where is he? That doesn't make sense. Scorpios just don't let people talk shit and don't say nothing back. It cracks me up how the universal soul people are trying to be these investigators. Talk about, well, Kevin Hart didn't say he was lying. Why does he have to say any fucking thing? He's in the industry. They steal, kill, murder. They don't give a fuck. To strive to get where they need to get. As well as Katt Williams. Only thing we need to look at is how in the fuck are they grooming the system? Why did we just sit up looking at Castro Street? Why did we just sit up looking at a gay powwow? Why did we just look at a whole conversation between two messy gay boys? Allegedly. Why did we just sit here and look at that? How we didn't understand they're grooming us to make us not understand that these men are feminine. He had the audacity, and Shay Shay asked Katt Williams about toxic women, and he said to basically, in so many words, take away the energies that makes them toxic. I said, oh, you're giving up the spell work. I said, oh, is that what it is? Is that how we controlling women? Is that how we pulling from black women? Is that how we stumping? Is that what we doing? Bitch, let me get some Jezebel work and harlot work going on these niggas in Sheba. Bitch, is that what we doing? Because that's been the trend to control a woman. Even to give, to take back, to control a woman. But they are talking about black women, that we're toxic. So to control a black woman is to take away what makes her toxic? To play, it's playing chess. It's playing games, right? Well, she toxic, just don't fuck with her. We didn't peep all of that. The grooming, the games, the clicks, the bullshit, the repping, the pushing, the manipulative, the marketing, the number system, connections. Y'all like, well, how in the fuck did she just connect Shay Shay to Wendy Williams, to Katt Williams, to Wayne Williams, to John Bonet? Trafficking, molestation, to Epstein, to all of that bullshit. Epstein, that's just a front. You niggas are so in an illusion. That girl, Gypsy Rose, got out of jail and motherfuckers on the under repping her. She told it. Taylor Swift and Kim Kardashian. She getting fame and fortune. Her and her new husband. She had her mama murdered even though her mother was on some maniac shit. But she had her mama murdered by sucking dick. And she's connected to fucking Epstein. You didn't see her in the fucking pictures with Epstein's ex-girlfriend, this allegedly ex-girlfriend, which connected to John Bonet being in those pictures. Who in the fuck is this girl? Who really killed the mother? Who really was this boyfriend? Who really is this Gypsy Rose chick? We got Gypsy Rose, Katt Williams, all this shit, and it's all surrounding kids. Trafficking, repping, entertainment, grooming. But while we are under this spell work, why are we not looking at the mass shooting in Iowa with this person that's supposed to be part of the community? 6 people injured. All that shit, number system again, right? But here's my question. We so busy being distracted here. Why are we not looking at how the schools are grooming our children? And we really not stepping in how they're grooming our children from their lifestyle to what they eat, sleep, their parents, to their sexuality, to these teachers having sex with the students. Why are we not really honing in on that? On how they're getting on social media, teachers recording parents and their ignorance. You don't get on social, you don't call a parent, record them, and put them on fucking in social media. I wouldn't care how in the fuck I'm acting, because I'm going to come to that school and I'm going to fight you. If I was to find out you recorded me just to embarrass me or to humiliate me or whatever, because you think I'm hood or you don't like the way I'm coming across, or you think I'm not being the parent, and then you put my shit on social media, I'm going to come to that school and fight you. I'm condoning violence. I'm going to cut up. I've done it. I've went to my son's preschool and cut up. I went everywhere cutting up. I cut up at school. That's why my son don't want me to come to school, because he think I'm going to cut up. Yes, I fight teachers. Yes, I cuss out teachers. Yes, I do. Yes, I fucking do. And that's no allegedly. Oh, how is she a spiritualist? In spirit, I will come and cuss you out in the name of the Father, Son, and Holy Spirit. Anyway, all this is going on in a universal soul. We have no questions. The other part is people wanted me to talk about, is it Diobra? The person in Vegas who was in court saying he had mental issues, trying to plead with the judge not to send him to prison. And he jumped as Ochezi, as Superman. Are you going to tell me Superman is not black, the real Superman? I said, was there a trampoline in there? How did he jump? How did he do that? Did he stand on the table and go, woo? You talking about black people appropriating Wu-Tang? He was the Wu. Shit. And then he kicked ass. I'm going to tell the truth. Revenge and redemption I am. She deserved it. But y'all going to say, no, that's why she needed to lock him up. No, that's why he was trying to say to a bitch, don't lock me up. I'm crazy as fuck. He just showed you how crazy he is. That nigga didn't jump from Africa to somewhere else and came all the way here. Did he? I was like, what? And then he had he was whooping that ass, and he was whooping everybody's ass. Who was that standing there not doing nothing? Then the sheriffs was talking shit. The other one hit and swung. Then they said on Thursday that he refused to come to court. No, he couldn't come to court because you beat his ass. So he has to let them wounds heal. Hey, you're not kidding anybody. He didn't refuse to come. You beat his ass. You tortured that person for jumping and whooping that judge's ass, who sat up and who was very arrogant on the stand and didn't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck what that man has done. There's something going on. And even if she had to give him a hard energy, there was a way to handle that. That man just proved everything that he said. She did that shit because he was black, not because she was tired of his behavior. She did it, and that's what those judges do. These judges, just like Louisiana judges, these judges are out of pocket, and they take things personal, and they're unprofessional. They say and do all type of stuff and get away with it. They'll put you and lock you away, take your life from you just because they can. I've seen it. I've been in court and I've seen it, and I know what it is. And I'm going to say, according to her behavior, the judge's behavior, she deserved it. Who else has she been fucked up to? That was nothing but them ancestors coming back in their superpowers. Somebody was telling me there was an energy online that said that, I guess she was talking about TD Jakes, and this is on YouTube, and said that we shouldn't be pulling from our ancestors' spirits. Let me tell you something. You're going to continue to listen to these Afro-Caucasians telling you what it is and what it ain't, and telling you what is right and what is wrong. You keep it up. Okay? Now, if you choose to listen to someone who tells you not to address your ancestors and connect with them, you go right ahead. Because according to this brother with his superpowers, he went all the way back to January 1st to when they sold our ancestors and kept harming. And he came back and kicked ass for them. Now, I'm not going to answer dumbass questions like that continuously, because that was a dumbass question. You knew fucking well whatever you was fucking watching, that was some dumbass shit. So don't come over here looking at me asking me dumbass questions about the next motherfucker you looking at getting misinformation like a motherfucker, then asking me if they right or wrong or to check what the fuck they do. No, they right. That's what they believe in. They believe in do not pull from your ancestors. It's not good to do that. Then you go believe that. For you to come ask me that dumbass question, then you need to take your ass right back over there. You Afro-Caucasian. Come over here asking me about the next occultist. What the fuck they talking about? Take your ass over there, dummy. That's why there's a difference between occultism and industry of occultism. See, you niggas be watching these industry motherfuckers. I'm not an industry. The industry is the business. Come over here asking me that crazy ass shit. I told you for this year I'm cussing niggas out. I found it interesting. Somebody put in the comments that person they know keep going to Dubai with their family. What the fuck is going on there? What the fuck they doing? That's weird. Somebody brought up MC Trouble, saying that Gangsta Boo replaced MC Trouble, and then somebody said that word on the street that what really happened is that MC Trouble was really shot in the head. That always was a very interesting energy. We should go back, just like with David Ruffin. And more that comes out about David Ruffin's death of the Temptations, it sounds like jealousy, murder, and mayhem. It sounds like he was straight murdered and he was on the ranch, because they were talking about the ranch. These niggas be on the ranch and they be owning, these ranches with horses and shit, but it'd be really grooming coming on. Wait a minute, let me loop back. Was Katt Williams trying to bust out Snoop Dogg saying he does these thieves, meaning he mixes weed with drugs, allegedly? Because he was like, I don't mix stuff in my weed. Question, how come the Farrakhan that they show us sometimes can walk well and stand, when the other Farrakhan we see is in a wheelchair? And why is he talking about that he supports Trump? What are you talking about? The fuck? Gavin Newsom is going to pass a bill to get mental health for people that were on drugs. No, you're just going to rebuild or renovate St. Quentin prison and put their asses up in there, and then start to get them a caseworker and get some of the federal funding so you could get that money, for all them people that done fucked up their energies doing them drugs and shit. and however make it difficult for people to have home health care business and to get their license because you guys want to get the money that usually people have home health care energies and have people and place them in homes and stuff. Or are you going to have a different permits and license for that? In a minute, I'm going to tell you niggas, you need to have a home for BBL motherfuckers because it's going to be something coming up real soon. Somebody was up there telling me about that Coach Stormy and saying that basically they didn't respect what she said because we was talking about weight and stuff like that, because you know some of you niggas still hold me to that challenge I did back a couple of years ago when I said myself was gonna lose weight through magic. Nigga, please, I was kidding with you niggas. So anyway, you know, because I was challenging some of them other bitches that was talking shit to me. You know, them, the industry witches, as I'm going to call them, the Afro Caucasian witches, as they call themselves. I was fucking around. Anyway, we would talk about that Ozempic and stuff like that. So she brought up Coach Stormy to me. She was like, you know, Coach Stormy said, in so many words, I'm paraphrasing, that fat asses don't get respected. That basically when you're trim and slim, you get more respect out of people. I said both of them are addictions. I said, but then there's some truth to that. People are like that they have a belief when you're a fat ass, you don't deserve respect or anything, only if you know, are a certain size and so on. Well, I said, which is straight bullshit, because in the long run, when we're all dead and gone and we're looking on the other side, we're going to be hella mad. We're going to be hella mad that we sat up and basically conformed to what the world says about fat, skinny, and whatever. You're going to be hella mad. And I'm to the point like, fuck them. Shit, they have a whole thing going on in Seattle. I guess that happened, a fat ass conference. They had a fat ass fashion show. You're going to teach you how to eat them fat ass foods and whatever else went on at that place. So that's what it is, what it ain't. And I said, why are we listening to this Afro-Caucasian woman called Coach Stormy? You have to remember, she gets plastic surgery. We haven't seen her in a gym. We haven't seen her really eat well. All she tells you, you eating low vibration food. Well, maybe I need to eat low vibration food because I got to handle bitches like you talking shit to me saying that I'm eating low vibration food. I mean, come the fuck on. So we got to be careful of these people because, you know, Coach Stormy is connected to the same frequencies as Katt Williams and these young pharaohs and all that shit. You got to understand the road. Okay? So anyway, and let me just say this. Let me add another frequency. Remember I said on the last video, there are people that they're saying entertainers that passed and it was a memorial honoring them. Do you know Gladys Knight and Anita Baker was on that list too? And I said, is that why Anita Baker is acting interesting? I said, I knew there was something going on with Gladys Knight. I'm just saying, you guys have to find it. It's a whole energy. Oh, and let me say this. That Epstein list. Like I said, that list came out in 2018, and it really came out 2017. You guys don't remember when Anonymous put that shit out on the internet? Now they didn't sat up and altered shit, making it sound real crazy. I'm not believing shit on that list. It sounds ill-mannered. It sounds crazy as fuck. All the extra shit that's written, I don't believe it. I can understand the list. It's like, is it Flighty Heist? Is it Flighty Heist or whatever? Remember the madam? Yeah, you keep a list. And you may keep their fetishes so you can get the girl. Okay? They know what's up. They know some of that shit is altered. And why do we give a fuck? Talking about Epstein and Ho and all that shit. Let me go back to Katt Williams. He's saying that Kim Kardashian vagina, and paraphrasing in so many words, is whack as fuck. She can't keep a man. This is Weird Renegade Witches blog. Hit us up when you want some real motherfucking work done.